want individuality. Like, you're tired of everyone being cookie cutter. Because I'm like, why be worried about millions of people when you could be worried about your one God? Hold on. So it sounded like a lot because it's like, girl, that's 3 blushes in a place where I'm like, y'all gonna let me or not? Like, hello. I would say welcome back, but I've been gone like a long time. So I think this is just an introduction at this point. Hi, my name is Jewel Triggs, and I am a makeup influencer, content creator, lover of all things beauty, hair, and God. So I've been off from my YouTube for a long time, and this is just gonna be a chat and get ready with me. So let's do it. Right around COVID is when I really got into it. And what's really bad, which is something I'm like upset about now, I played with colors so much. The whole reason that I have this Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette was because I was like, I want to play with colors. I want to see like what really goes with my brown skin and things of that nature. And then I literally just gave all that up like 2023. So weird. Clean girl makeup was really in, and everyone, you know, act like they didn't really want to do color. And to the ones that kept with color, that never got into clean girl, they never did this like, I just don't have to put any effort, because sometimes that's what clean girl gives to me. You don't want to do any effort. Kudos. Great job. Love that for you. You kept doing it. Makeup for me, it became so many things. Like, makeup to me was a comfort zone. It really made me feel very feminine and girly, and that just was something that I never felt at the time. I really struggled with my femininity because I really struggled with seeing myself as like pretty, and that's definitely not a struggle anymore. Not like in a vain way. It's just like, I know who I am. I'm happy with it. For me, also makeup was a way for me to just be a little bit more expressive. And I think that's why I got mad that I really dug a little too deep into like underpainting and clean girl, because I'm like, what happened to the orange? That's your favorite color. My favorite color is blue and orange, and I still don't have a blue palette. Do you know how silly that is? I have one life to live, and I don't want to live it in monotone brown. I don't want to live it in monotone tan. So I'm happy that I'm back practicing, and that's what these videos are. They're going to be get ready with me's and get to know me's more than anything. I mean, I'm loving everything that's happening right now. I feel like it is nice that everyone is starting to get back to a little bit more individuality. I think that's, to me, when I hear people crave like, oh, I want 2016 makeup, I want 2013 and 2018 YouTube. You want individuality. Like, you're tired of everyone being cookie cutter. I blame things like those Kanye sweatsuits, all those monotone plain suits. I blame things like that. I do blame clean girl. I blame all of us wanting to be the same aesthetic. Aesthetic is literally like a different thing. Aesthetic is not supposed to be all the same. Like, it should be like a dark aesthetic, light aesthetic, coffee aesthetic, tea aesthetic, London aesthetic, Miami aesthetic. Like, it should all be different. And I think now people take the word aesthetic and make it this one box thing, and it's literally horrible, and I'm tired of that. For my eyebrows, I always use NYX glue. This is like a taupe color because I thought I picked up a clear, but it doesn't like show up. Obviously, my skin and my hair is too dark for it. I use my Maybelline Express Brow. I like it because it's so like thin right here, and it really helps me make more like hair-like strokes. Personally, I do feel like I don't really do my brows that great. I clean up fantastically, but I don't think I do my brows just like, which I think is why like there's girlies that I do watch. And I'll tell you a girlie that I'm really loving right now. Her name is Ducky. She's the CEO and founder and creator of Ducky Cosmetics. And I really like her. She's from Texas. I think she like still lives in Texas. And, you know, I'm pro South because I'm a Mississippian, but I'm really liking her. I like everything that she does. So while I let that like lay down, I'm going to go ahead with my primer. So I like to use the Danessa Myricks Radiant. It's just in the Universal. Literally rub my fingers into it and rub it on my face. I like to really pat it into what's more of my problem areas. So my skin is overall dry, but I would say I'm a little combo because it gets a little oily like in my T-zone and then right in here especially. So I like to make sure to really pat it down and what I consider would be like my problem areas. My house smells so good because I made some Italian sausage potato soup. It's a soup that I used to love that my mom made as a kid. Well, I was a kid, not her. And I made it today. I'm so excited. I'm about to do my makeup and eat. And for all the girlies that are like, especially because I'm a dry girly, do not be scared of Danessa Myricks. She is a little bit more for the girlies that are oily, but she has a solution. You get the moisture repair balm and put this on before you put on the blurring balm. You will not be dry. You will not be cakey. I literally always make sure, especially if I want an all day look and I know that I want this to make it matte all day, I put on that moisture balm first. I do my full skincare routine and then I put on that moisture balm. I have no worries. I have no qualms. Nothing stirring in my soul. Like, no. I know it's going to last all day. Her products are just like, why are they so good? If she was anyone else, I would have to really like approach her and be like, why are your products so good? What do you want from me? But it's not. She's just like literally a little sweetheart who makes fantastic makeup. Thank you, Danessa. I am a huge fan actually of Sephora concealers. I hate now that Sephora has like changed these and repackaged them because it seems like it should be nothing, but that little slight difference from 35 to 34.5, chef kiss. So like I really can like brighten and then brighten, and I hate that they fixed that, and I hope y'all see my video and get that together because that sucks. Yeah. So now this journey with my makeup and content creation, it's a lot different now. You know, it's okay about everything that you thought was bad, whether it was like your skin, your teeth, anything. I'm in a place where I'm like, y'all gonna love me or not? Like, y'all gonna love me or not? Like, what am I supposed to do? Change? That's wild. Only person I changed for is Jesus, and I already did that. So like, I'm not doing no more. Now I grew up in church, and I would say I grew up in God, but I definitely made the decision to like go far, 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 far away from that. And there was so much hurt in the reasons that I did it, and there was just so much pain. And I know people don't like this word, but there was wickedness. Like, that's why I did it. And now my relationship with God, it's like, it's so parental. It's like having the ultimate parent, and he listens and really knows how to fix it. And you might not always like what he's saying, but you better believe he's right. So now my relationship with God feels different, and it makes my content feel different. I still was chasing a lot of validation from the world, and now when you really only trace God's validation, there's actually a lot less hurt than you would ever imagine. It's really the safest place you could be. And so that helped me a lot to really get past those things. Sorry, because sometimes I can't talk and do my eyebrows. I need to know that he's like okay with my content. I need to know that this is something that is glorifying him or just bringing him like pure happiness and pleasure, and it's not grieving his spirit. And I think that helped me out with my content a lot, because I'm like, why be worried about millions of people when you could be worried about your one God? Hold on. I just said something. Why would you be worried about millions of people when you could really be worried about your one God? All right. I'm going to say that to my husband because I know that's going to eat. All right. So a few facts about me. I just messed my eyebrow up really bad, but we're going to fix it. Born in Atlanta, but I was raised there. I'm a very proud Mississippian. I say that because sometimes people are like, Mississippi. And I'm like, wherever you're from. When people say Mississippi, they're thinking some dirt road, some backwood thing. And I'm like, I'm from the suburbs. Oh no, I traveled a lot. It wasn't whatever people are imagining, because that's not my story. You know, that's not my ministry. Struggle was not my ministry like that. I'll say like I grew up the rest of my life. I could get 10 years in a city that's like an hour away. And then I moved to Memphis when I was in my mid-20s, and literally like a year of me moving here is when I met my husband, which is very much like our story can be very fairy tale like. So It's like, how y'all serious? This is what happened, but it's like, no, I'm serious, and that's what happened, and now we're just like happily ever after, and it's cool beans. So yeah, I used to be a very big science person, and I love science and wanted to major in science and really wanted to have a career in science, but that is not what worked out, and that's not what happened. I have no regrets about like school or anything like that. Honestly, I think I just regretted that in the early parts of my 20s, I made so many decisions that were not for me. I made so many decisions that were about like validation. Because of it, it just made me like a super horrible person. That's not what you're expecting. I would lie like so much because I was so insecure, and then because I lied, I needed to cover up the lie. Insecurity is something else, and it really can lead to so many things. And my relationship with God definitely helped me with that as well, because your girl needed to definitely get a hold on herself, yeah. And now I realize that what I want now, you know, isn't for anyone else. Like, I do want to be a full-time content creator, and I do want to travel, and I want to play in makeup, and I want to make other little chocolate brown girls feel good about themselves. And the only reason I didn't want it as bad as I did now was because I just fully didn't have faith that it could happen, and I didn't have faith that it would work out for someone like me. I just couldn't see it, and since I couldn't see it, I didn't believe it. You definitely have to have faith in things like beyond what you see. Like, you have to. It just doesn't work out as well if you don't. So like, now you can see what I'm talking about. It is not that I do my eyebrows that well. It's just that I clean them up very well. Like, if you're saying that you believe God wants to give you a soft life, but you never believe He will give you a soft life, what are you doing? I definitely was like, oh, I'm married now, and I feel more feminine, and I'm gonna live a soft life, and it's gonna be fantastic. And then anytime that something would come about that looks like it would actually give that to me, that was not physical labor, I would not do it. So it's like, do you hate yourself? Yeah. So I'm definitely glad I'm past that. So I'm feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling spicy. So I have my Jaclyn Hill palette. I've had this palette for a while. It is well loved. Well, I would say certain parts of it is well loved. I'm feeling purple. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something with some stuff in this area. Let's do it. Okay, so one thing that I had to learn was there's a lot more colors that actually can work with your skin tone. I just had to learn how to learn my skin tone for that color. And a lot of it came to, I needed to really do a better base on my eye. Like, eventually, I think I do want to get like P. Louise, because I feel like that is the basis of base, right? Like, if you want a clean base, a white base, which I used to use white primer by LA Girl, like white concealer by LA Girl, and that's definitely when I was doing some looks. Gotta make a canvas is basically all it is. So I'm just gonna blend that out and pat that in. Yeah, okay. Don't worry about that. All right, so we're gonna start off with Not My Journey. I'll put a picture of that, and we're gonna pack this on at the bottom first. Oh, it's purple, baby. It is purple. It's so pretty. I actually really want the purple blush by Danessa Myers, and I think it's called like Grape Soda, and I actually really want that. Not to get off topic, because I can't get off topic. I just feel like this year is my year, and so I'm just letting go of a lot of insecurities, and I'm letting go of a lot of things that used to keep me back emotionally and mentally. And so that is essentially why I'm starting my YouTube channel. Again, if you want to do something like content creation, you definitely have to have a much thicker skin, and I didn't have it at the time. Any little thing that would happen, I'm like, oh, it isn't meant. If I didn't feel like I had the time to make a video, I was like, I don't even know if God wants me to be a content creator. I wasn't even asking Him. That's what's even wilder. So by the end of 2026 on my TikTok, I want to get at least 5,000 followers. On YouTube, I would like to get 1,000 followers. And on Instagram, I would like to get up to, I feel like 2K. I want to get up to 2K followers. I really gave up on my Instagram because I had an incident at work where basically someone like doxed my Instagram, and y'all, that just felt like the most like, I don't know, it just felt so invasive. At the time that this person called themselves like trying to like ruin it for me, I really wasn't doing too much online. I just started a new job, and whenever I get a new job, I get like really into it. So it was just like, what was the reason? What was the reason? Okay, so I just felt very uncomfortable on Instagram, and I just didn't want to post on it. So I literally left it alone. Like I just now got it back to posting stuff just on my story, and I still haven't made like a post. Um, and I mostly use it to like send funny reels to my friends, and that's it. Like I just haven't done anything with it, but that will be changing very soon. These brushes are called BS Small. I saw them on TikTok and like everything. I go to Amazon, so I found them on Amazon. They're like $8, and I think you get like 18 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, you get 18 pieces for like $8.99, you know? So I was like, heck yeah, I'll take you. All right, so now I want to brighten this up. So I'm going to take Therapy Sesh, and that is this like really nice bright color. And I'm going like right around the edges. I just want to diffuse this out a little bit. Oh, you're already so pretty. This makes me want a big lash, and I'm not even a big lash girl, but this makes me want like a big lash. So I'm going to come to the front some, and I just want to really reinforce that gradient. I really want to dissolve it there. But I do want Therapy Sesh to sort of stand on its own. So I definitely want to just pack it in a little bit more. Right on the line. Right on the line. And I want to do the same thing I did on the other side. So I really want to bring it in here. And I really want to get back into it, and then I want to concentrate on that line because I don't want any like line of demarcation. I just want a nice blend. And then I would say another big goal that I have this year is that I do want to go to more events for makeup. I really want to go to Ulta Beauty World 2026. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I made a video on my TikTok where I was like, I'm not sure why all these folk are like, don't talk about it, don't talk about it. I'm like, why would y'all not want to talk about it? One, when you say stuff like don't talk about an event that is meant for content creation and consumerism, please do not be confused with someone from a brand that's like not her. Because why are you stopping that brand's bag because you're like being greedy? And sweetheart, if you got that type of mentality, I don't know why you would be at the table. Like I didn't, not at my table, because I just really now felt even more in love with Ulta. I used to feel very limited, and because I really had started my skincare journey in Sephora, I just didn't go to Ulta because I'm like, this is where I know my stuff is. Now that's not the case. They have more than enough stuff for me. And they have a few of my own things. So since they're already there, it's like, actually, this is becoming more of a one-stop shop than I was imagining. So I'm just going in at the bottom just to reinforce Not My Journey. I think that it's very fitting that I'm actually using this color Not My Journey because there were quite a few things that I found out. Baby, that is not my journey. That is not my testimony. That is not my struggle bus. And that's okay. So now we're going to go in with No Joke. This nice little yellow pigment. And I'm going to diffuse the edges here with that. And I think I used to be sort of scared of this color because on certain people it looked orange, and I am a neutral undertone. Sometimes I am scared of looking too orange, looking too much like a sweet potato. I like to eat them. I don't want to look like it. So I used to actually be very scared of this color, but now I'm not. This is actually... Ooh. It looks cute. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so I just want to make sure that I'm breaking this down here and definitely like diffusing this out a bit more. And that's definitely bringing that purple down. So again, trust that process. Trust the Midas touch. That might not be a commercial some of you all know, because I'm a 90s baby. So if you don't know Trust the Midas touch, I'm sorry. I often feel like these kids do not have good jingles no more. Like when we watch TV, the commercials gave fun. A good commercial would keep you going. And I mean, y'all don't have commercials like that. Baby, I had St. Ives. I had herbal essence, and the ladies just saying, yes, yes. We had all type of jingles. So I live near Memphis, so every Memphis business, every Memphis local business had a jingle. Miss Ruby sings the blues, so you don't have to. I hired that firm in a second, okay? And if you can't tell by this video, also, if this is your first time tuning in, hi. I'm a yapper. I like to yap, which is really why YouTube is like, should be the place for me, and I just didn't think it, which is so silly because like, I will talk. I will sit and talk. I will find something to talk about with someone, especially if I think they're uncomfortable. If you want to be sad, you need to move away from me. I'm about to make you laugh. We finna kiki. I'm finna find a song that we both know, a movie, a musical, a book. I do not care. I can find common ground with anyone. And I do mean anyone, okay? I have been on planes, trains, and automobiles, and I will make a friend anywhere, anytime, any place. I don't care who's around. I'm actually not going to put any more therapy sesh on my brush. I'm just going to go in with the remainder of it. And for something like this, I want to make sure I'm going back and forth on both eyes as much as possible because I want to keep it even. All right, now we're working with a little bit of a gradient. In true sense of where we're going back to, we're doing a cut crease. So what I do with this, I have slightly hooded eyes. They're not super hooded. You know, like right in here, you can see that little crease, right? You see a little crease? So I have slightly hooded eyes. So what I do, a little cheat code that I learned. I take my primer that I'm gonna cut with. I don't put a lot on it, just a little. I literally just put like a little dab like that, boom. And I really just want it more on the tip. And then I'll go in because I see like how that cut looks. So I'll go down and go in about right here. And I'll look up, and then that's what it tells me where my natural cut should be. Basically, you see that crease in your eye, you want to like stretch your eye up and go where that natural crease is. And that will help you make your cut crease. Now, thus far, that was not a pretty cut. Like it wasn't a pretty cut. And then I'm going to just very slowly cut across there. All right, same on this side. I'm very slowly. So this line, you want it as straight as possible. And now I'm just going to pack that in. And again, I'm not going all the way in because I do want some of not my journey to show. One thing I am noticing, it bled. The purple definitely bled into the concealer. And that's just not going to give me the best base that I want. I'm just going to take a little dot. A little dot. I'm just going to take a little dot. Another fact about me, I absolutely love British culture, right? Like, I grew up watching British Broadcasting Channel, BBC, and I grew up watching a lot of PBS, and PBS would have like British shows on it. And through my like 30 years of watching British television, I have a horrible British accent. It really bugs me sometimes. Like, it really makes me upset. We're going to be moving into base shortly, so I'm going to go ahead and do a few things before that. I'm going to color correct with my HUDA Beauty, and this is in shade Leche. I am a neutral girly, and I found that other color correctors, they were far too orange for me. So I'm going to let that sit and get ready. So on the clean hand, so a moment's at the top, polyo's at the bottom, and I'm really thinking a moment, like, because right now is the moment. Right now is the moment. Right now is the moment. This is always scary because I'm like, if this isn't pretty, I'm going to be so pissed. All right, so we're going to take a moment. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to like it. So honestly, what I should have done was just use my finger. But I'm always scared that I'm going to put it in the wrong place. And this placement is so important to me. Oh, I like it. I like it. Oh, okay, I'm glad I kept that, and I know how I'm going to blend that out. So that's cool. This is pretty. This is so wow. This, and a moment is basically untouched. Like, I've never given her her moment. That's so sad. So like, this cut crease, not as cute. This one, that's a good. That's a good. In the words of a rapper that I used to like, that's a dumb daughter. And a little known fact to people that really know me, and for all of y'all that don't know me, I used to love trap rap. I'm from the suburbs, you know, like literally never been in the trap. No parents were in the trap. I didn't have the aunts and uncles in the trap. Like this isn't a family business or anything like that, but I just loved it. Glad I got out of that. Real glad I got out of that. I'm actually going to pat that in, and that just made it eat even more. Wow, you have given me everything. You have given me everything, and I won't ask you for anything else. All right, so now I'm gonna take my brush that had a little bit of therapy sesh in it, and I'm just gonna blend this area out some. This is gonna sound so crazy, but I love closing my blush case because it makes me think of my childhood, because we were the true children of flip phones, and you cannot tell me there was like no power in closing your flip phone. The movie The Departed went like Grammy platinum in my house. Me and my brother just love how hard Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, just everything, you can tell us that them folk wasn't acting. Absolutely love that movie. That movie was so good to me. So I'm taking a little therapy sesh, and I'm just going to buff out right in here, just to reinforce that color, reinforce that gradient. And I just want to tap some of it off because I don't want too much. So I'm gonna let that like settle. I never know if that's like real, but it's real to me that I always feel like I need to let my let my eyeshadow settle. And I'm gonna go ahead and start blending in. Now, how did my hair fall out of my whole child? I can't let that worry me. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to blend out all of my color corrector. So I am going in with Maybelline 355. So fun fact, I have had quite a few different skin tints. I've had like a Milani skin tint. I've had a few NYX skin tints. I've done was that Tower 28? I think that was a Tower 28 skin tint. But I actually have never had any other foundation but Fit Me Maybelline. And it's the Fit Me line specifically. I will go rebuy this foundation, and I have. I'm about to take you out because you ain't finna shame me. You ain't finna shame me. I bet you won't. I am old school. I use the back of my hand as my canvas, so I'm gonna get a little bit of foundation and start filling in. And I do like to come right in the middle of the commotion, clean that up. One reason that I do feel like how it was so easy for me to get into Clean Girl was because I'm like, I wasn't looking for another foundation. Like I said, I've been sticking with Maybelline now, and not only is it just because it's Maybelline, but I literally have stuck to Fit Me by Maybelline. Like, I haven't even ventured into her other children. I'm not even really wearing my foundation, so I definitely wasn't looking for anything. Some skin tints are very buildable, but the ones I were buying were not like the thickest or buildable ones. They definitely were sheer coverage. I'm like, I'm not about to do a bunch of concealer. I'm not about to do a bunch of bronzer. I'm definitely only doing blush. And I was pretty much like only doing blush, and I just wasn't concerned about it. And now I am. So I think my top contenders for a new foundation that I would love to try. First on the list is definitely House Labs. I want to try that so bad. Every time I see it, it is the most skin-like finish. It is the most just breathable wear. It looks so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So first on the list is definitely House Labs, making a stop by their house because I need that today. Second on my list, because of the formula and because everyone just absolutely loves it and I want to try it myself, it's NARS. It's just that NARS to me, from the research I've done, some of their undertones are not, they're not as neutral as they say that they are. And I'm a neutral girly. Like, I am truly not just warm. I am truly not just cold. I am a neutral girly. And sometimes that just, it's a fear. Let's just say that. It's a fear that it's just not going to look right. I set my foundation, and I just set it with translucent powder as well. I love OneSize. They're going to get all my love, all my money for the rest of my life. Unless Patrick changed formulas, we won't have any beef in the streets for me. We'll be good. So I do like to set my foundation So I do a little setting spray, and it's definitely like my major key areas. And this also helps my concealer have a better grip as well. And it's not a lot, as you can see. Like, I'm literally just going over it a little bit. Boom. Okay, cool. There you go. Now I'm going to go in. So it look like this. I do want a little more brightness. I'm going to go in with my 35N Best Skin Concealer by Sephora. And again, this shade might not be available because for some reason they like repackage or reformulate all the time. I say this is concealing your secrets. If you want a concealer that is going to act like a safe with a deposit box in it that you need 2 keys to get into there, this is that concealer. I'm gonna come right in here. So basically with my makeup journey, it started in Sephora in Ohio. Actually, I lived in Ohio for like 3 months, super cold, and my skin was so upset, my lips were so upset. I worked in a mall, and I went in there and I was like, I need to find something for it. And that's when I discovered this brand. It was called Tokyo Milk, and I absolutely loved it. They had a scent, and I think it was called like clove and cigarettes. And I thought, I was 19. I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool name for a scent. And I remember that I met a rep from Anastasia Heels. Sometimes I would just go in and look because I was just so like blown away. I was like, I've never seen a store like this. The town that I just came from, definitely a smaller town. CVS and Walgreens, and that's where you get your makeup from, or Walmart, you know, and Kroger. That's where you get your makeup from. I never really been in a makeup store. You know, I still didn't even really think I would like makeup, but I just remember I was fascinated with the store. Like, I absolutely liked the store, like, so much. And so by the time I moved back to Oxford, I hadn't gotten to makeup fully. I did makeup for when, like, oh, we're going out, so, you know, we need to get cute and things of that nature. It definitely wasn't for me. It was male gaze, like, only. Once 2020 came, and that's before I met my husband, I think that's the most I did makeup for me, and that's why it was fun. I feel like it was a lot more fun because it was just for me, and it wasn't about, like, anyone else at all. So I have 2 creamy contours. So this is Milk and Blitz. This is LYS and Strength. I got into this one because of, as I love to call her, CEO Tony. She's the CEO of Blush. And I used to love this on her. I pick up this one most days because it's very creamy and it glides. I do think I want a little bit more dimension today. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of both. But I'm going to go in with my Milk one up top. Because this got a little drama for your mama. So I want a little drama for the mama. So I'm gonna swoop. And like, I'm gonna bring this up because it's a little more sculpted today. I'm gonna bring you up, and I like to sort of like in this area because I don't want too much. I just don't want the color to get lost. So continue with foundations. Besides House, Labs, and NARS, I wouldn't mind trying an Anastasia. I do know that sometimes, you know, like no shade, but sometimes they're not doing all the shades, but I just want to know a little bit more about their formula. So I wouldn't mind trying it. I really would get into L'Oreal. I have one L'Oreal product, and she's got some age on her. I honestly only started taking some interest in them because I had watched this like really cool documentary about the family of L'Oreal, and that's how I got into it. But I definitely would like to know more about their products. I want to try that infallible like 10-second setting spray, the one that's in that red. I'm gonna put a picture, but the one that's in that red and black. I'm gonna do this one trick. I got this trick from Notori off TikTok, and she puts a little concealer on the top of her lip. So I got that trick from her, and I'm gonna try it today because her makeup eats. And even on the days when she's like, my makeup's not great. She's British, so that's definitely not her voice. But the days that she's like, her makeup isn't great, I'm like, I wish. Yeah. Sprayed a little setting spray on my brush. This is usually the brush that I use when I'm blending out any contour. I am a NYX girly now, right? I have all the NYX butter glosses. I have a mini of the NYX. I have three. I'm looking literally at three NYX setting sprays. Like, this is a NYX household. Hold on, let me do their justice. This is a NYX household. I absolutely love them. I'm never not gonna love them. And I definitely am a take it into the hairline type of girl. Cause for me, my bronzer, especially when it's like up top in this area, until we get down here, it's really to just reinforce color before I blend out all of my concealer. And then I never put any down here. I take the remainder and then I take it down here. And I'm gonna do the lighter shade. This is 38P in Sephora Best Skin Concealer. It has pink undertones, and I find that the pink is a bit cooler, and so it works very well for me as a neutral girly to use concealers that do have a bit more pink to it. I am loving the eye look I came up with. I'm so happy. This is a happy gal. All right, now let's go start buffing out my lighter shade at 35N. Always make sure to look up because I don't want any creasing underneath my eyes, so I have to look up. But when it comes to the forehead, I like to do little circle stippling motions, or I go sort of back and forth just to sort of create that but like not harsh. So I'm gonna take this little brush here and I'm gonna get in here where I feel like that needs to be blended out quite a bit. And then that also helps me get like right under my eyes as well, so I won't have any creasing later. I don't bake often. I am not a baker. I'm a baker, man. No. So I don't bake often, but today I am. So I'm gonna take some OneSize sweet honey and I'm gonna bake under my eye. Like how I did that and blurred it out. That's usually what I do for like my whole face. I think sometimes I'm worried it's gonna look too dramatic, and I am not that. I don't like that ashy look. Even though Patrick never makes me ashy. OneSize never makes me ashy. He understands undertones. I'm really gonna hope I get this posted before Christmas. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna come in on the other side because I found that I like two powders. Literally how I laid the concealer, and I had like a brighter concealer and a slightly bright one. I'm going in with a bright powder and a slightly bright one. So now I'm going in with a little bit of Rich Peach right around the corners of my mouth and my smile lines. This is honestly one of my original brushes that I've ever bought, and I clean it and just take care of it. But it has seen me through thick and thin. That's that stuff I'm talking about with this one. I do think I want a little bit more of a brighter eye. So I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Loose. And this is in shade, I feel like medium deep. Yeah, it's in medium deep. I'm gonna let that sit a second. And as the old folks say, take hold. I am gonna go ahead and make my wing because we're gonna wear some lashes today. And I'm saying it like that because I don't really wear lashes anymore. I definitely gave that up in the whole clean girl. The reason why I don't like clean girl is, for me personally, it equated no effort. It just cried like, let us all look the same and look monotone. There's no flash, there's no shimmer, there's no glitter, there's no eyelash, like nothing. And I think that's why I just really was like, I can't believe I did this to myself for so long. Now, I have to be close up, so I'm sorry if I'm blocking the camera. I gotta get deep in this mirror. Okay. Okay, I might still have it, y'all. I'm definitely out of practice, but not as bad as I thought. When I went to buy these lashes, that was the beginning of like, who are you? Because why don't you just have the stuff you need on hand anymore? So me going back to color, it really is just a journey back to myself. And that's one reason why I'm really like so like gung-ho about it, because it's like I just want to get back to like knowing me and knowing myself. I want people to know me as I am. Like, I am pretty expressive. I do like color. I don't mind wearing all black. I just mind having dull makeup. What's really wild is that I got into makeup, but because I want to take care of my skin with the makeup, that's how I got into skincare. Because the skincare is not leaving. I have to do my skincare. One big thing that's really wild is like, as soon as I do a look like this, I will be ready to take it off. Now that I'm looking at my eye, this is gonna be so wild, but I want to add something else to it in the corner. I want to add something else to it in the corner. And I know someone will be like, that's so wild, and it might be. But that's my wow. That's what I want. So I'm about to add something to the corner. Now we can add our lashes. I've never used tweezers to put on my lashes. That could definitely be a reason why sometimes success not as high as it could be. So I'm gonna go back in, and it's called I'm in it. I like that. I'm in it. I want to put it up in my inner corner and add a little brightness to it. So I'm going back in with Therapy Sesh, that like light purple. And I'm just blowing out the bottom. Just make it a little bit more seamless. Blush. I really do wish I had a berry, but I'm gonna go in with Lucky. So like I'm taking one dot out and I'm literally wiping it off. And that's more than enough, but I want it super light because I do want the focus of this just to be the eyes. And then I want a little bit of an ombre effect. So I'm gonna go in with Danessa Myricks Flush. This is in Rose and Brunch. And this is gonna help me create just a little bit of a baby doll effect. Which, you know what, I'm wild in putting that much because she is pigmented. So I started a little bit up higher on this, and then just like make a little bit of a baby doll but ombre effect. I'm gonna come in, and I sometimes like to push my brush in to have a little bit more control. So I'm gonna smile, find my apples on my cheek, and come in a little bit more towards the front now. And now I want a more softer pink. So this is Rosebud out of the cheek clapper, and I'm bringing this down at the center of my cheek. So it sounded like a lot because it's like, girl, that's 3 blushes, but they all come together very seamlessly. And I just didn't want too, I'm glad with this because still like, I don't want too much because this is the main attraction. Yeah, for lips, again, we don't want to take too much attraction off, so we're gonna go in pretty basic on the lips. So we're gonna take Molasses by Sephora. This is one of my favorite lip pencils. It has the best pigment ever. Like it does it for me every time. And I take the back, I was like, I should explain what I'm doing, but I take the back of just the pencil and I like literally buff my lip out. And it doesn't have like a harsh line to it. A funny fact, one of my favorite lip liners, even though I love this, it is not a brown lip liner. It is a black lip liner. It is called Alien by NYX. And that is actually like my top favorite lip liner. And most times when people see a picture, they're like, oh, your lips are so nice. That's such a nice brown on you. What is that? And I'm like, nope, it's actually black. I use black as the base, and I might go over it with a brown to make like the perfect dark, cool brown. But it's black, and it's Alien by NYX, and that is like my utmost favorite lip liner. I need to rebuy it because it really sucks I don't have it. You a NYX girly, baby. You know Miss Madeline. So I'm gonna use Madeline. Hold on. No. Okay. I almost went in with Morphe Eyes by Fenty Beauty, but I was like, no. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it about this. So we're gonna stick with some nude lips. I'm gonna take Madeline. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Because Morphe Eyes is such a pretty pink purple mauve. And then just in case it makes a difference, I use the hot chocolate heat. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm just taking just a dollop. I'm gonna take a dollop of Morphe Eyes right here in the center. Okay, see. That did what it had to do. All right, well, this is the completed look. I am very happy with this. So this just means that there's a lot more in store for me, you, and this channel. I love you. I mean it. You are blessed. You are beautiful. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.